Hi. Hey, I am going to be painting today. Just wanted to have a cup of coffee with you. Mm. Let me know what you are drinking today. And we are going to just paint. I am actually not real sure how this is going to turn out. I had a customer request a kind of a certain kind of cross for a paint party. And so, honestly, if you're okay with it, I'm just going to create today and see if it works out or not. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they do not work out. So let me know if you don't mind where you're from, if this is your first time watching, if you're brand new, or if you have seen some of my videos before. Hey Tina, hey y'all. Thank you for saying hi as you come on. We have you live on Facebook, YouTube, I believe, and Instagram. And so wherever you're watching from, if you'll let me know which one you are watching from, I would love to know. So what I'm going to do is just kind of bring in across. So I'm going to add on here just some little lines to kind of get my placement. Okay, so that's kind of how I want my cross to start out. Hello guys. Oh, thank y'all for saying hi. And let me know your business name. Sometimes I like to grab your name, like Summers right there from Georgia. And so if you want to put your paint party business name, you can go ahead and put that on there. That'd be awesome. So y'all know I teach people how to make money teaching paint parties online and in person. So if you want, I'm going to paint this entire cross painting. My hope is from the customer who is wanting me to do an in-person party, that this is something that they would want. And then, of course, anybody in PPHQ. So if you're in Paint Party Headquarters, do a shout out, do a hashtag PPHQ. And then we will, this will be a painting that you can use as well. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a sip of coffee and just start getting some color on here. Again, like I said, this needs to be a very, very easy painting that a group can do in under, I'd say, an hour and a half. So remember, we're going to be able to paint it way faster. So anybody who is a paint party expert, you know that you can usually paint this way faster than what the person at the paint party is doing. But you want to make sure that you can paint it in about 45 minutes or less, and then it's going to be like a 2.5 hour party. So this one's going to be way quicker than that because we're going to do it way cheaper. Okay, let's see some of y'all's paint party business names. We have Mary with Paint Project Power. Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful. We got Donna here. She's on YouTube watching. Hello, hello. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, BFF. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Robin says 3, 2, 1, paint and create. How fun. Don't y'all love hearing other people's business names? And isn't it crazy how business names are so personal? Like, I know my business name was it's like, when you pick it, it's a big deal. Not only is it a big deal because you almost like you've named I know this is crazy to say, but it's like you've named your child, right? It's like you've named your baby, something that you're going to really, really talk about and work on every single day. Karen's is Crazy Sisters. Let's see. We got Creative Palette and Design from Debbie. Precious Painted Lady from Melinda. Oh, I love that. Let me know if you agree that having a business name is it's a pretty big step. A lot of times people, though, I want to share with you, you can easily teach a paint party, a gnome. I know a lot of you have been grabbing this free gnome, which you can grab if you want today. All you have to do is text me. Here's my number if you want to text me. And you can screenshot this. I don't know if it's going to be backwards. Oh, no, I don't think it is. You can screenshot this and just text me like you're texting your BFF and text the word gnome. Text the word gnome, and then that's going to give you a link to where you can go ahead and get a free gnome. Now, let me just warn you. The first tracer's free. If you want to buy all 10, as you can see, I've done a whole pile of gnomes over here. If you want to buy all 10, you can purchase them for just $10 for the other 10. But the first one is free. So all you have to do is either type the word gnome, or you can text me and then text the word gnome, and it'll give you that stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you, Victoria. So today while we're painting, I'm going to share some reasons why I love teaching paint parties. And I would love any of y'all that have taught, or maybe you're thinking of teaching a paint party. I'm just going to grab some electric pink. What are your reasons for wanting to teach a paint party? One of the reasons why I was inspired to do this live is one of our paint party headquarters members, her name is Jessie. She posted this beautiful post about a paint party she recently did. And she talked about, on one of the things, she actually had this sentence that was so beautiful, but she talked about how there were moments where there was laughter and there was, all of this. And then there was moments where it was like welcomed silence. I love that, especially as a creative, especially as a person who, I taught art in a school system for 10 years. And there were these moments when kids would come to my class, and definitely has happened at paint parties numerous times. Let me know if you've had it happen at your paint party. But sometimes you start to, for a moment, take a second and you want to almost fill that space. You want to fill that space with your voice, with louder music, because for a second, it's awkward, right? It's awkward if we're silent. It's awkward if people aren't saying anything. You think, oh, wait, they're not having fun. And as an art teacher for over 10 years, and now teaching thousands of you how to have your own paint party businesses and teaching thousands of people at paint parties, I have noticed that you've got to be okay with that awkward silence, like that welcomed silence. And the reason I want you to know that is because it doesn't mean that your paint party is not going well. You don't want the entire paint party to be silent. Let me rephrase that. You don't want the entire thing to be silent, but you can have moments where nobody's talking. And before you go to break that silence, I want you to just look around and see if people look like they're having fun, like they're kind of at a peaceful moment. In today's times, we are constantly moving, right? If we're not moving, we're checking our phone. If we're not checking our phone, we're trying to find our phone so we can check it. Like that's how much we're always moving and doing something. And so to have those moments where we give them this opportunity to not only paint and create and do something very simple like this cross I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you some stencils here in a second, but something about that moment of peace, of just, I'm creating and it's okay, and nobody's going to ask me to do anything, nobody's going to expect anything of me, I'm just in the moment creating. And I think that's one of my favorite parts about paint party. Actually, I have several favorite parts, and I would love for y'all to comment on what your favorite part of a paint party is. But I have several favorite parts, but that's one of my favorites, is being able to provide that like getaway, almost that, not an awkward silence, but a welcomed silence to where they can just create. You can see how, like, when I'm getting close to where I need to paint, I kind of get quieter because I'm concentrating. And when I'm concentrating on that, it's almost like my brain gets a chance to rest. And how much do we all need those moments of just rest, right? So I'm just going to grab some of this pink and just almost do blobs. I'm actually probably going to grab a palette knife and add some fun stuff to this too. And don't worry, it's a cheap palette knife. I get it at Michael's. It's like $1, and you could literally use a fork. You don't even have to use a palette knife. Let's see. I'm also a massage therapist. Some clients like quiet and some like to talk. It depends on the group, I imagine. Yes, Victoria. So I'm a person, if I'm getting massage, I do not want any talking at all. I actually have changed massage therapists, If they talk, I don't go back to them, because I am one of those people that I want to like be kind and I don't want people to think I'm being mean. But during a massage, like that is my moment of just silence, of just like, and so I've had many massage therapists where I've had to like actually never go back because they wouldn't stop talking. And I don't know if they were trying to do it out of kindness. It's almost like I want to say, hey, if you don't talk, this relationship's going to work out. But I just would feel so bad. Okay, so I'm going to grab a palette knife and then add some fun stuff. Let me show you. And isn't it fun to have a midday coffee? Anybody in for a midday coffee? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had one time. So Pixie, as a lot of you know, she's 15 now, but she was colic. So for the first 6 months of her life, she cried about 16 hours a day. It was real fun, let me tell you. And hold on, let me grab something real quick. Okay. I couldn't find my palette knife, so I'm just going to use a toothbrush because that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter too much what you use. So anyways, I'm just going to kind of play with this and have some fun. But I remember going to this massage therapist when Pixie was about 6 months old, and I was just trying to like, okay, what can I do to de-stress and just trying to, just trying to figure this thing out, right? Well, the entire massage, she actually decided, these are stencils I got from Amazon, by the way. She decided to tell me about another person who had a colicky baby. So the entire massage, when I was trying to escape my colicky baby, all we did was talk about colicky babies. And I was like, oh man. So this is why when I go to a massage therapist, I'm like, hi, I'm Heidi. Nice to meet you. And then I'm like, I try to be as quiet as possible, which if you know me, that is very hard to do for me because I'm not a quiet person. So it's probably not the massage therapist's fault, honestly, because I'm a talker. So I have to like try to not talk. Try to not talk. Yeah, if you want the free gnome, thank you, Jay, for adding that. Just text the word gnome to 817-373-5478. Text the word gnome to that number and you can grab it. Okay, I'm going to hit this with a blow dryer real quick so I can add some stencils. Actually, let me hit it with my heat gun real quick, and then I'm going to add some stencils on this and see what happens. Midday caffeine for Sue, too. What are you drinking, Sue? Ooh, Rebecca. That was nice of your daughter. Very nice. Yeah, Bobby was really sweet. He brought this one up. I know, Roxanne. I definitely have. That's been kind of my go-to now. Is I'll say it and then I'll also put it on the paper. Hey, BFF Annie. Hello, Sue. Oh, that's good. Yeah, sometimes that stuff gives me headaches. It just depends on which kind. Okay, so I'm just hitting this with a quick heat gun. At the paint party, I won't have to remember too much. I won't have to like worry about having a heat gun because what I'll do is because I'm kind of just playing around with this, just kind of creating it with y'all on here. I'll probably have them do the background first, then paint the cross. So that way when they get to this part, it's already done. I'm thinking, okay, y'all, I think I want to do this as the background, but I kind of like the idea of it being the cross. I need your help, okay? We got a fork in the road. Do we want the stencil to be on the cross or do we want the stencil to be on the background? So can y'all let me know which one you think, okay? On the cross or on the background? And the way you can vote is just, oh my gosh, Renee, you have got to have a massage. Girl, that's like life-changing. Okay, so Do you want the stencil on the background or on the cross? So just put cross if you're voting cross, put background if you're voting background, and let's see. How about a different color for both? Oh, that's a great idea. I could like put this and then alternate it. I like the cross with the details in the background. We got cross, we got background, we got cross. Come on, y'all. You're not making it easy for me. It's like every other one. Cross, cross. Okay, I think we do have more for cross. Okay, all right, I'm going to try that. Here's the thing with painting. If I don't like it, we can always paint over it. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm just going to put that like right there. And then I'm just going to use some messiness with this. I'm not using it like an official stencil brush. And then I'm going to use mermaid tail to have a little bit of a darker. Make sure you shake those things up or it won't be good. Both just two different colors, Nikki says. Okay, let me try it. Let's see what happens. I'm not making any promises on if this is going to be good or not. I'm not making any promises. As you're coming on, I just want to say hello. Welcome if you're new. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love for you to subscribe if you want to watch more. And then also, if you have not gotten a free gnome yet, I'd love to give you that gift of a free gnome tracer. And then just remember, after you get your free gnome tracer, which Paint Party headquarters, you have access to all of them. So don't worry. You have access to all of them already, so you don't need to download it. But anybody who's not in Paint Party headquarters, you can get a free tracer by texting me. And then all you have to do is, if you want to buy all of the versions of the gnome, all you have to do is on the thank you page, it will email you your free tracer. And then on the thank you page, it will give you the option if you want to buy all 10 for $10. So it's just $1 each, but you don't have to. You can still get the free tracer in your inbox without buying all 10. Okay, so we don't know if this is going to look cute or if it's going to look not cute. We don't know. We do not know yet. We hope cute, but I just realized something down here might not be good. Let me try a little yellow. I'm just getting wild, y'all. I don't know. I feel like this might have been a mistake right here, but we're going to try it. So pretty. Today is my anniversary, my husband's birthday. Lisa! Oh my gosh. Happy birthday and happy anniversary. Well, happy birthday to your husband and happy anniversary to you and your husband. Wow. That's so cool. Okay, so I'm just bringing this out again. It may be a mistake. I may regret this. But here's kind of the fun of stenciling is you can, even if I go into the pink a little, it's not a big deal. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding a little bit of yellow. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, good. You got some from the Deco Art coupon. Yay. Yeah, if you're in PPHQ, don't forget to use your Deco Art coupon. So you get 50% off of all your paints every month. But the coupon is listed where our calendar is in Paint Party headquarters. So don't forget. Okay, so I'm just bringing a little bit of yellow. I don't know, y'all. Okay. The reveal. We're gonna find out if this was a good idea or a bad idea. Trust the process. I don't know, Nikki. I don't know how it's gonna work. I just want to kind of peek. Oh, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Let's see. Oh, not bad. Not bad, actually. Cute. Okay, cute. Okay. All right, so it's not bad. Let me go ahead and grab my brush. I'm going to get a little bit of pink right here. Okay. It's not bad. I'm not hating it. I want to love it, though. I want to make sure we get some more colors on here. Okay, so when I went with that mermaid tail and did a little bit of that yellow, it turned it pretty green. So I probably would stay away from going way too green. But let's add some details. Let's add some fun stuff. and let's get it kind of outlined. And I may even splatter paint this a little bit with some white and just kind of add some more detail to it. So for a cross, you can do a cross for any age. And for paint parties, you can do a cross for, you know, a women's group, which this is what I'm getting it ready for, is a women's group. And they wanted something that would take about an hour and a half. So they wanted something that would, you know, be faster. And then you can also do this for like a kids event. You could do this around Easter time. You could do this any time of the year, really, but, you know, especially around Easter time too. So up close, it definitely looks better, but I think it needs to be a different color. Definitely a different color. And maybe some lace stenciling over the pink with your favorite gold. Oh, that's a good idea. Great idea, Nikki. Coming up with all these great ideas. I love it. Okay. Yeah, sometimes whenever I'm coming up with a new painting and I'm like, I kind of know what the customer wants. I kind of know that, you know, they're a little bit flexible, but they kind of, you know, for sure want to cross. I always want to make sure that I'm not just taking a painting I found online and doing the exact same thing. You know, you don't want to have copyright. Of course, if you're in Paint Party headquarters, remember, I create these so that you can just use my designs, so you don't have to worry. But if you're not, you know, don't just go on Pinterest and go, oh, let me use that for a paint party. You want to make sure you know, you can use inspiration from Pinterest, but you don't want to just copy it exact. Okay. All right. So we got our little side too, because I might want to do like a black and white stripe around that. This part's just kind of fun. I think I'm going to grab some purple real quick. Or like a royal blue. Maybe a royal blue. Let's see what that'll do. Let's see. Hey, everybody. The cross looks great. Maybe soft gold into the pink and maybe some lettering on the bottom where the stencil ran out. Oh, great idea. Maybe I could put Grace. Or Hope? What do y'all think? Rebecca, that's a great idea. Yeah, let me know if you have, ooh, I'm not liking that. Definitely not dark blue. Not with this color. Maybe the magenta? Let's try the magenta. Doing a little bit of experimenting here. A little bit of experimenting. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Yeah, we're trying this out. This is magenta, which, oh, I'm sorry, no, this is vivid violet. Vivid violet. I thought I grabbed magenta, but since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and use it. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is just kind of get some color on here. So it has a little bit of a variation. And then also another fun thing to do, I know it's kind of silly, but I am kind of a person who I kind of like to mix things up. So like you could take a paper towel and then just grab it, kind of wad it up like this, and just kind of get some placement in there. When you do that, if you have the paper towels that have some different patterns to it, you can actually just get some of that pattern onto your canvas. And I'll show it to you up close here in a second so you can see why this could be fun. Not only is it therapeutic, because you're actually creating with this napkin and you're doing a different technique versus just brushing. So it has some therapeutic qualities, even though it may seem like, oh, she's just taking a napkin and dabbing. It also gives some texture to it, and it's very, very fun to just play with. So see, like when you look up close, it kind of just has that fun. And this is where like you'll see grown adults. It's like whenever I get glitter out at my paint party, you see grown adults doing fun stuff like this. And it's just fun. I mean, it's just plain old fun. Okay, so we're talking here about our favorite things about a paint party. Now, I've talked about how Jessie in our group inspired me by her post talking about how the silence was welcomed when everybody had that moment of creating. And for a moment, sometimes your paint parties might go silent for a few minutes. And instead of fighting the urge to make something happen, maybe take a moment to just let them exhale and appreciate that silence. Also, we talked about, and I also wanted to share with you how, yes, you can, obviously you want to have great music at your paint parties. Definitely have great music at your paint parties. And then the third thing is connections lead to friendship. So I know I have had a lot of paint parties where they've led to friendships. They've led to full-blown friendships from meeting people at a paint party, and then they come back and you get to know them more. And you're like, hey, this person's cool. They like art. I like art. They like painting. I like painting. Next thing you know, you're going to Hobby Lobby together, or to have coffee, or do something fun. So never forget that. I know some of us, especially in this world, we can feel very, very alone or very lonely. But paint parties, I mean, it's like a way to socialize while you get paid. It's really, really cool. So I love it because I feel like it's not a job. It's my favorite. If I've ever had to say it's my favorite job in the world, and I don't even think of it as a job. Okay, so I'm just adding some little white touches from this Amazon stencil to the sides to see what this is going to look like. And then just a second, we're going to add some little extra details to the cross. Oh, I like that. I like how the white's kind of letting it pop. These are just from Amazon, just mandala. Let's see. Yeah, Nikki, that's so funny. Okay, let's see. In the background, make it light or white or gold. Oh, I love that, Cynthia. Yeah, we have some white going on, and I think I'm going to actually outline it with some white as well. Yeah, we need that really to pop. So let me grab some white paint. What I like to do is just grab it. You can bring Posca pens to your paint party, but if you don't have Posca pens yet, if your party's kind of small, teach them to go like this and make the tip pretty small like that. Then grab it here, make it thin, and then you can actually just trace right on it if you keep all the bristles at the same time. Let's see. Wish you were closer. Love to shop at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. I know, Victoria. Wouldn't that be the best field trip for all of us to go on together? We would take over that. Yes, Renee, I did freehand the cross. at the beginning. So whenever you're watching this, and I can make a little tracer if y'all need it in Paint Party Headquarters. So if you're in Paint Party Headquarters and you need a tracer, just remind me and I'll try to make a tracer, but it's pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to grab and pull. Welcomed silence. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try a little bit of a risk. I'm going to do the splatter paint with just a real cheap toothbrush. Bobby's toothbrush. No, I'm just kidding. That would be so mean, wouldn't it? Just kind of a little dusting of a splatter paint with Bobby's toothbrush. It's not his toothbrush, y'all. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. unless I really needed to paint something. And I had one of my first things I ever painted was with a toothbrush. I painted an entire dresser with details with a toothbrush. It was crazy because I didn't have paintbrushes yet. So I was like, oh, I'll use this toothbrush, this old toothbrush. Why not? And my niece, actually, she's 23. She actually has it for one of her kids. So it's still in the family. I should get her to send me a picture of it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Okay. All right. So now we have even more paint on our hands. So we take a drink of our coffee. Now we want to go to a thinner brush. And this is where, again, a Posca pen would be great. I'm just going to write the word hope. And this is where if you have just a few people at your paint party and they're nervous about their hand lettering, you could just pop over there and do it for them. But if you have a little tracer with some Posca pens, especially if you have a big group, you could bring some, graphite or carbon paper and bring a little, typed out, and they could actually trace over and then just go over it with their Posca pen or a paintbrush. So remember, as you are teaching your paint parties, a profit every party, okay? I don't want you ever to show up for a party and you spent $400 on Posca pens and you don't need them yet, okay? So I have a whole slew of Posca pens, and I usually don't even bring them because I get frustrated because sometimes people will use them when the paint's wet and they're really expensive. And it's like, even though you say, please, please don't use them until it's all the way dry, a lot of times people will still use them when it's still a little damp, because it's like, usually it's the last thing they're trying to finish up. And so they'll use them, and then it just destroys them. It ruins them. And so I usually will, if I bring them to a party, I will wait until I know people's stuff is dry, and then I'll pass it out. I want to have just little parties. Yeah, Sue, that's totally fine. Hey, Tammy. That's totally fine. If you have smaller parties, then you could just, jump around and actually put the paint on there for them. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of black paint. I'm not going to go too heavy, but I do want to have a little bit of the outlining. And then we'll see if there's anything else we need to add. And this is what I love about this very, very simple painting, is that you can not only do this for kids or adults, but another thing is if you bring a bunch of stencils. So I don't know about y'all, but I have enough stencils for an entire city. So if you bring enough stencils, then you can just, or get these ones off Amazon, the mandala stencils. You can get them really cheap, and it comes in a pack of 10. You could bring these, and then everyone's is going to turn out different. So I'll bring toothbrushes, I'll bring all the different colors, and then I'll just have this first part traced out, this cross. And then the coolest part about this is by the time the paint party is over, all of them look completely different. Because some people wanted to do, all blues or all purples because they wanted it to match something, or maybe their favorite color is yellow, and they wanted it to match a certain area, or they just wanted to, paint all yellows or pinks or whatever. So, so that's something to remember too. And then another fun, easy way to make it look finished is if you just kind of space it apart. And it's the simplest thing. You can do little dashes like this. And then you can also turn it over, and you can do a dot in between each one. So sometimes the side of the canvas becomes this really cool art piece. So something that was so simple can be such a fun project. And we hadn't even added glitter yet. Okay, so I just add the little things, and then just doop, 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 doop. Yeah, and you have to make that sound when you do it. It's just something about you got to go doop, doop, doop. You just got to put this on here. And thanks to y'all, not only did we get to hang out, first off, which I always love, so thank you for that. And thank you for always commenting and being kind. But also, thanks to y'all, you helped me create a new painting that Paint Party Headquarters can use, as well as the painting I need for an upcoming paint party. So, so I hope, just y'all being here, y'all know how much that means to me. Y'all showing up and commenting and giving suggestions. And because of that, we are about to have a finished painting that I can use for paint parties and that PPHQ can use for paint parties. So there's a lot of, obviously we can keep adding fun stuff to it. We can keep adding all kinds of stuff, but I just want to show you up close how it looks and how much fun this was to paint. So we could add more details, more little designs. This could be lighter, whatever we want to have it contrasting. All kinds of fun stuff you could keep on doing to this. And then, of course, making the extra here. So, again, thank y'all for watching. If anybody wants to get a free gnome tracer, all you have to do is text me. The number is 817-373-5478. You can screenshot this and just text the word gnome, and it will show up and say, hey, put in your name and email. And then from your name and email, it will say your gnome is on its way to your inbox, your email. And if you want to purchase the other 10, you can. There's going to be options. So if you want to get all of them, it took me 2 days to paint all 10 of them. But it was so fun. I just keep getting more and more ideas as I paint them, and I just want to keep painting them because they're really, really fun. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like the cross. Let me know. And remember, reasons for why I teach paint parties, there's a zillion of them, but my top 3, silence is welcomed. I was inspired by Jessie today in Paint Party Headquarters, and she talked about a moment during her paint party when the silence was just welcomed. And number 2, rock out. Put on some music and rock out. And number 3, just the connections that end up turning into friendships. So if you haven't taught a paint party yet, I highly recommend that you do. Not only is it a great way to make extra money, it's also a great way to make friends. It's also a great way to get out of the house and think about something else and heal through art, not only through painting what you're going to paint at the paint party, but also through the actual process of the paint party itself. So anyway, I thank y'all for hanging out with me today, and I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee and spruce this up a little bit and put it inside of Paint Party Headquarters. So if you're in there, I'll post it here in a little bit, and y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all. The hardest part is getting my thumb to hit the end. So it's like, it doesn't work. I can't ever get my thumb to hit it right. Now it's trying to translate. Oh, it's trying to X. I don't know what's going on.